What's up guys, it is morning, just took a shower, and this is going to be a full day of eating. So I'm going to show you basically the meals I'm going to eat today. You know, every day is a little different, but the macros and stuff will be about the same, the calories for sure. I'm also going to show you a post-workout, so everything that I consume this day, maybe even including the vitamins and stuff, but I'm not sure if that's interesting, but you'll see. So let's get straight into this video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is the breakfast, and we're going to prepare it right now. I'm going to show you. So we're going to have here, take the isolate, and I've got a little container here, and this is the scale. Put it on 0. This is, white isolate, chocolate flavor. Use it like this, and look what happens to the scale. I'm gonna go for 16. What? 16? That's not a lot. That's because I'm gonna try out this plant protein. You know, the isolate doesn't have lactose in it, and of course the plant protein doesn't. It's made from pea, and it actually tastes pretty good. It's also chocolate flavor, so it will go with it well. See, adding this into it. We're gonna go for 35 grams. Now we've got this. Alright, we're downstairs, we've got another scale, and this is, the container for the oatmeal meal I'm gonna have. And here's the container with the Well, we are lucky, aren't we? Here is the container, and we're gonna put it in here. The first thing we're gonna do. And here we have got some oatmeal. And to me, it doesn't matter what oatmeal you use. Stuff to do with one hand, guys. Okay. Doesn't matter what oatmeal you use, Quaker or the cheapest you can possibly find. And we're gonna go to about 50 grams here. We've got 50 grams, and I want to go to 75 grams of carbs in here. Of carbohydrate foods. So not literally grams of carbs, but we add just a little bit of something tasty like this. And it will transform the meal into something entirely different. Banana, papaya, just dried fruit, coconut, and stuff like that. It'll make it a lot more tasty. And because you only add a little amount, it doesn't really, hurt you that much. Now that we added that in, we're gonna add a banana. Boom, now we've got a pretty solid meal. The protein at the bottom. We've got some, some granola and oatmeal in the middle, and on the top we've got banana. Minerals, vitamins, carbs, protein, and what are we missing? The fats. Well, I like adding in some almonds, but because there's almost nothing in here, you can see. We're going to see how much is this. Oh, this is 9 grams. Well, that's not enough. So normally I would add about 20 to 25 grams of this, but to substitute this, we're going to add something different. What I'm going to do is add, boom, peanut butter. And this is natural peanut butter because, as you can see, you can get it off the spoon, and this is about 15 grams. That's just enough for me. I'm actually just gonna leave it on the spoon here because this is what we are going to use to eat it. And then for some antioxidants, 99% dark chocolate. And we only need 5 grams of this. So there's actually, the higher the percentage of dark chocolate is, the more, let's see, this is the fat, 49 grams of fat, so it's half of this is fat and 13 grams of protein and only 8 grams of carbs, So this is a very good source of antioxidants and fats, in my opinion. So we're gonna use only 5 grams of this. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. See? Boom, this is 5 grams, and we're gonna cut it with this scissor. So now we're gonna need something to mix this with, and that's gonna be almond milk. And you can use any milk you want, but as you can see, the calories are pretty low, and I just like the taste of this almonds. There's almonds in there normally. And you can use rice milk, oat milk, or regular milk, but I just want to lower the lactose content of my diet. And we're gonna add about 250 grams, milliliters, to this, like that. Ooh, 1 gram too much, I messed up my diet. Anyway, this is the first meal of the day. So this is our first meal of the day, and this is actually the highest carb meal of the day. In the morning you want to get started up, get your carbs in, your protein in, and your fats. And this is the most calories, actually, the most calorie dense meal of the day. Because no matter what, because usually no matter what I eat in the morning, 2 hours later I'm hungry. So with this, adding a little fat into it, I try to, delay my hunger feeling. Because sometimes you get up at 6 o'clock, and what do? If you're hungry 2 hours later, at the end of the day, you don't have any meals left. So that's not what I want to do. I want to keep it like this, add a little fat, spread the meals out throughout the day, and it's, trust me, delicious. Alright guys, it is time for meal 2. And as you can see, it's about 2 hours to 2.5 hours later. Then breakfast, I like to keep about 2 to 3 hours in between meals. And this is going to be the second meal of the day. So let's get started. So what we're gonna use is, yes, the ActiFry. And that's amazing because you don't have to do anything other than put the stuff in here. And we are going to do this with an easy codfish or a whitefish, Alaska pollock. And as you can see, it's very easy. We're gonna add 200 grams. And these are 2 blocks of 100 grams. And they each have about 17 grams of protein. So that's already 34 grams that we're gonna put in here right now. Oh, now we have put this in here. They are solid blocks, but they will melt over time and they will, mix in with the rest of the food. So the next object, the next ingredient, avocado pieces. Normally I buy just whole avocados, but these are frozen and you can weigh them really easily. So we're gonna put this on 0. Doing everything with one hand is kind of twice as hard, guys. So we want to go to about 50 grams of this, adding some healthy fats. Yeah, that's about right. 6 grams too much. Who cares? Alright, so the avocado is in. And we want to add some other healthy ingredients. Brown beans, another 50 grams. Boom, boom. And there we go. Now this basically adds carbs, fats, and protein, most carbs and protein to the meal. Make it, adding minerals and vitamins just like the avocado, healthy fats. And the thing about this is that you have to have everything prepared beforehand, like the rice. This is brown rice, pre-cooked, and we're only going to add about 100 grams to this. So let's see if we can do this with one hand. Yep, that's all 100 grams to the T. And this adds, the carbs, enough carbs. It's going to be about 50 grams of carbohydrates in this meal and about 50 grams of protein, and about half of that will be fat. And that's, the ratio I usually like in all my meals. It's almost complete. We've got 4 ingredients, but it's time to add something delicious to it. In my opinion, the broccoli. And I want to add about 200 to 300 grams. I'm going to go for 300 actually. Well, this is 200. Let's see what else we can add here. Oh, and look what I found here. Paprika, or however you call it. Bell pepper with a long one, I'm not sure what the name of that is in English, but it's basically a bell pepper. It's a sweet one, And I'm gonna add this to the mix. Oh yeah, I actually like to use a scissor for this. I'm not gonna put this on here and cut it. I'm gonna cut it right above this. Much easier, much more efficient for a bodybuilder. So it's mixed right now, and guys, oh wow, look at that, look at that. Whoa, wait. A picture of me, black and white, side chest, vacuum. I'm gonna make a classic posing video. Of course, and this is the Fit Expo that will be in the Netherlands. 20 to 22 of May in Rotterdam. And I'll be there at the Body and Fashion and SciTech booth. So if you live in the Netherlands, come and see and check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I'm sure. There will be a bodybuilding competition as well. You know, it's kind of like the FIBO in Germany. Almost as big actually, so it's gonna be amazing. Looking forward to it. Okay, so we're gonna add some extra healthy fats to this so this won't stick, first of all. And you know, to add, you know, fats are important, guys. They are part of your muscle cells. All the cells, the walls of every muscle cell is made out of lipids, walls, fats. So you need fats, and this is coconut oil to add, and we're gonna add about 10 grams to it. It's actually a little melting because it's pretty warm out here right now. Let's see, we've got about 6. Let me use a fork to add the rest. Boom, that's 10 grams. Okay, so if I would turn this on now, would it be tasty? Not really. And this is the part what most bodybuilders forget to do. Make the food tasty. So this is what we will do, guys. Okay, so what we will add is spices and herbs and, you know, tasty stuff. So we're gonna start out with this, and this says mix for spicy chicken. Well, it doesn't matter what you put this on, because it has nothing to do with chicken, it just tastes good with chicken. But this says 50% salt, which is important here, especially when you sweat a lot. Don't worry about salt that much. And spices, paprika, coriander. And this is basically the base for the taste of this meal. So next one is, I don't know what to call this. Is this turmeric, or I don't know what the English pronunciation of this is, but this is, it makes everything look yellow, but it also has a lot of antioxidants to add. And who doesn't like garlic? Who doesn't like garlic? Well, except for the one who you sit next to when you breathe. You know, you're gonna notice it, but this is garlic powder. You know, you can add fresh garlic, but I like, you know, this is just convenient, easy to do. Just add the powder in and you've got a nice garlicky flavor to your meal. And this is something optional. This is just Laos. This is Galanga root powder. I'm not even sure what it does. Oh, it does have antioxidants in it, but I just like the, you know, the Indian, Asian taste that it gives to your dishes. You know, I like to experiment with different kind of spices like that. So let's add them all in and let's see what happens. Added all the spices to this, and let's bring it to the device. You know, for all you guys who didn't know, this is an Actifry device. Close it up. You gotta plug it in, of course. How you gonna do is you set the timer. I'm gonna put 15, no, maybe 16 minutes to this. 17, okay. Turn it on. And what's it gonna do? It's gonna turn, as you can see, it's turning. And it's gonna heat with hot air. And in about 15 minutes, everything will be done, and you will see this. I will show you. This, for bodybuilders, is an excellent device, and I recommend you know, just buy it. You can do a lot of things with it, but I'll show you in a minute with the magic of a video what this looks like. You know, as a bodybuilder, in the meantime, you can do anything you want, like checking up on your dogs. Hey, he's kind of quiet. And he will be short-haired in a couple of days. It's warm. He needs to go to the dog hairdresser, dog barber, or whatever it's called. And you know, in a few days when you see him again, is gonna be short hair. Right, so that's the timer. Turn it up. And this is what it looks like, guys. So everything is mixed properly. And we're gonna put this on a plate and see what it looks like. Look at that, guys. I mean, that, you know, it looks pretty good, right? For the effort, you know, it's not a restaurant meal. But for the effort we put into this, you know, and without a camera, I would have put it literally, prepare this under 5 minutes, wait 15 minutes, and this comes out. It's a good tasting meal. It's a healthy meal. It got everything. And these are the macros right here on the screen. And we're gonna enjoy this meal number 2 of the day, right now. All right, guys, I just finished. Well, I finished the second meal 2 hours ago, and now the third meal has been prepared. So basically in the same way, but different ingredients. So yeah, I added some mackerel to this. Another fatty fish, just like salmon, for the omega-3 fatty acids. I added a whole egg to this for protein and fats. Coconut oil again, some rice, the bell pepper, some leek and onion, and yeah, that's it basically. And of course, again, the spices to make it tasty as hell. And here are the macros right here. You know, it's a little more fat, a little less carb, but you know, it's flexible dieting basically, but with a set of rules, keeping in the vegetables, keeping the carbs as healthy as possible, keeping in the healthy fats. But I'll make a video about how I see flexible dieting. Oh, by the way, I use MyFitnessPal to you know, to put in my food. I think that's a very nice and easy way to track your macros. And right now, 4,000 calories, 350 carbs, 178 fat. Yes, that's pretty high. And 250 protein. And this to me are nice ratios. Maybe I'll even lower the carbs to 325 and carbs to 275. But we'll see. Anyway, this is my next meal. As you can see. Well, what is this then? This is 200 grams of cauliflower right here, 150 grams of potatoes right here, and 100 grams of avocado. And in here is also 10 grams of coconut oil. And what is this? Well, this is basically my cheat meal of the day. This is a pre-workout meal, and it, you know, still has the carbs in there for the workout itself, but also the fats. And I like the fats because it gives you a more constant pump, a more constant delivery of energy. Because when you eat a lot of carbs, before your workout, then you know, right at the half of your workout, you might get a crash from the insulin. You know, first you get insulin peak, and then it drops. But if your insulin goes up like this, you know, you won't notice the drop. And I just noticed you know, I don't know, a pump that is more consistent, and energy levels that are more consistent with meals like this. And this is a spirulina burger, and I just love, you know, to try out and test these vegetarian burgers, if you may. I just find them really tasty, and you know, this is basically a vegan meal, if I think about it. There's not any animal product in here, so if you are vegan, you can definitely try this out. It doesn't really have a lot of protein in here right now, probably about 20 grams, but for working out, that's plenty enough. Damn, this meal tastes good, but take a look at this, guys. This is a spirulina burger. This is how it looks on the inside. It doesn't really look very tasty, but it actually is green. There is spirulina in there, and trust me, it tastes amazing. And there's a broccoli version of this as well. It just tastes really good. So definitely try out stuff like this, you know. At least, you know, once a week even. Cutting out the meat, the red meat especially, and replacing it with something like this does you good, in my opinion. But that's my take, guys. I'm gonna enjoy this meal. And, you know, I'm gonna be showing you my pre-workout, what I'm taking for pre-workout, and then we are gonna work out. So get ready for that. All right, it's about an hour later now, and now it's time to make our post-workout shake. And we're gonna take it with us to the gym, and we're gonna drink it right after the workout. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna add is the plant protein, and we're gonna put the scale on 0. And we're gonna go to about 20 grams of this stuff. Kaboom. And yeah, alright, 28, oh well. And then it's time for the weight isolates, and we're gonna fill up. You know, I was gonna do 20, but we're gonna go to 40 grams now. And there we go. And this amount translates to about 30 grams of protein, and that's enough to signal your body to start repairing post-workout. And here we have the creatine. I'm just gonna add 5 grams of that to here. Well, the creatine is in here, and now we're gonna add some maltodextrin to it. I would normally add Vitargo, but I'm out of Vitargo right now. And we're gonna add about 40 grams of this. Let's see, 0, there we go. 40 grams of maltodextrin added, so that'll give you about 30 grams of protein, about 40 grams of carbs. All right, guys, we've got our shaker. Shake it up. All right, I always check the bottom to see if it isn't sticking, and if it's not, it's good to go. And this won't thicken. You know, I just make it before the workout, and I just put it in my bag, and it will actually not thicken up unless you have unless you add some kind of milk, especially soy milk, or use soy protein. Then it might thicken up a little. But with this, with the isolate, with the plant protein, with the maltodextrin, nothing really happens to it, but you still keep a creamy texture, and this actually tastes really good. Chocolate praline texture, flavor, I mean. The texture is very nice. This is actually the pre-workout I take right now. No stimulants at all, just pure mega arginine. You know, it's an amino acid. It helps your muscles obtain more nitric oxide, which helps you get a greater pump. And I will be filming this workout, and you will notice and witness the pump. So take 1 or 2 capsules like this about, you know, I prefer 45 minutes before working out, so I'm actually gonna take it right now, and I'll see you at the workout, guys. Hey, flash. Guys, it is about 1 to 1.5 hours later after I drank my post-workout shake. I'd like to keep a max of 90 minutes after the post-workout shake to have my next meal, which is the following. Yes, and you know, today all the meals have been prepared with the ActiFry, so you know, I could keep showing you how I do that, but you know, I thought one time would be enough. Anyway, the ingredients are salmon, as you can see here, 125 grams, you know, it just comes in that size. And there's white fish in there, 100 grams, the pollock fish that I ate earlier today. And I've added lots of mushrooms. I've added cauliflower and brown beans, 50 grams, and 50 grams of brown rice. And you can see the macros right here. There's not a lot of carbs in here because the necessary carbs have already been consumed in the post-workout shake. What I am now concerned with is protein, and before bed with fat. You know, to slow digestion and keep your body supplied with protein and energy throughout the night. Anyway, this is meal 5 and I'm going to eat it right now. Let's do this. Alright guys, our last meal of the day. And we have about 150 grams of strawberries here, which today I wanted to try some strawberries before sleep. Can never hurt. It's fruit, guys. And I'm going to add Greek yogurt, 10% fats to it to slow absorption. There's also protein in here, but this one has the most protein. This is 0% fat, so we're gonna mix these two together. And this, and add 25 grams of honey. No, just to add a little bit of carbs. It's not a whole lot. And some flavor, of course. So we have mixed it all together, and I added about 400 grams, of 350 grams of yogurt in here. And guys, in addition, we added 40 grams of nuts, and I like to use a nut mix. There's walnuts, macadamia nuts, cashew nuts, peanuts, and almonds, and they are all good, all healthy fats. Even peanuts are good, but if you prefer to buy expensive walnuts all the time, well, while every nut is really beneficial, be my guest, but I like these mixes a lot. And I know that I've been saying I don't want to eat or consume any lactose, but one meal a day before sleep, because it's such a versatile and efficient, effective product for me, it's worth it. And I don't really notice any digestion issues with it, but I do notice digestion issues with lactose when I eat it throughout the day. If I would drink milk, if I would take whey concentrate, if I would eat cheese all day long, over time, I really do notice it. But one meal a day before bed, and it's tolerable for me. Anyway guys, that was the video. This is pretty different, I think, from what most bodybuilders eat, but I find this to be very, a good balance between a tasty diet, a healthy diet with the right macros. Of course, I could be like the pro bodybuilders and eat to the T, basically, white rice, broccoli, chicken or fish, but that's not me. I like to spice things up, I like to experiment, and everything we've eaten and you've seen so far is, is a healthy choice, and it fits in my macros, and I've been eating like this for years, except in my preparation phase for a contest the last few weeks. I do eat the same every single day, so no variations. When something happens to your physique, what could be causing it. But in the off season, I like this style. I like vegetables, as you saw. I want to have at least 2 servings of fruit a day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Anyway guys, the workout you saw in this video will be up soon as well. And I hope you have a great day guys, and don't forget to stay golden.